Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Today we're working on this little Ryobi weed eater. Now, if you're buying one of these little green Ryobi weed eaters or even the new blowers, be careful. If you find one that's brand new that somebody's selling cheap, it's probably a pallet return from Home Depot. They'll put all the ones that they got returned immediately on pallets and then sell them off as a lot unit. And when you buy one of those, you're taking a chance that the original owner didn't just put regular gas in it. So bring a borescope, check inside the cylinder, and make sure that she's good before you buy it. This particular one, it's been in the yard for a while, so I'm sure it's okay. So let's get started. Now we're working with a new camera today, and I'm hoping for the best with it. I went and got the Galaxy S26 Ultra, just because it says it's got a really great camera on it. And we're gonna find out, I suppose, by the end of this one. Either I get a really good video out of it with really sharp graphics, or I just spent $1,100 on a useless phone. So I was pretty happy with the last one. I was originally working with an S23 that I ran in 8K, which worked pretty good. But theoretically, this one handles light better. So that means I'll be able to zoom in better and all that. So for this, pulling this carburetor off is pretty easy peasy. And the fuel lines are more than shot. But I kind of expected that. Now, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. And this carburetor is frozen solid. Doesn't even want to move. There we go. I got a little tool I made just for these things. I designed it for lawnmowers, but let's see if it'll work here. We don't need to take it off, but it will make it easier if we do. Now, I'd have to make one a little bit tighter to work on this. Just slightly smaller. But that's okay, we can leave that just like that. Now this is frozen solid. Yikers. It's frozen solid, the springs are no good, needs primer. I'm gonna throw this one away and use a kit one for this one. So we're gonna go ahead and put an Amazon carburetor on it. And don't complain about the Amazon carburetors. This is a Chinese carburetor. Sure, I can find it on here someplace, but it's here. These use Chinese carburetors right out of the box. So replacing it with another one from Amazon, you're not hurting anything, especially on a cheaper piece of gear like this one. So you got a handy little gasket, which we're going to compare and make sure that it aligns correctly with our requirements. And it does. This little hole here is the negative pressure port. You can see it's got a matching hole here, and that's what pumps fuel. The air coming back and forth from the crankcase pressure runs a little diaphragm in here, and the vibration of the diaphragm pulls fuel into the engine. So, as you can see, this one, compared to this one would have been a basket case to bother rebuilding. But before we do that, our little kit came with fuel line. We're going to go ahead and put new fuel line on this one. And those of you that have been here before know what's coming next. Now this one sat in a lady's garage for quite a while. You never know what to expect with that. I look inside and she's nice and dry. That's so brittle that it's just falling apart in my hand. The tricky part's going to be getting the old stuff out. Let's get these screws out of the way. I keep dropping them. So we'll try to get it all to one end of the tank. You can get stuff out the way you want. I'm sort of fond of these little articulating pliers. Sometimes they work really good, like that. Sometimes they don't. Okay, now the other part came straight out. As you can see, that's the reason this carburetor is working so badly. It's gummed up to no end. After the new fuel lines, what we're going to do is we're going to run, this was the return line on the original setup, so we're going to make that the return line again. And when you buy a kit, try to find one with this, and it really does make life easier. But do be careful, double check everything. Make sure that the fuel line that came with your little kit correctly fits. Because I've gotten these kits where the fuel line is the wrong size, where it just simply won't thread onto this or it won't hang on. That's a little annoying, but yeah, that's what you get when you get cheap parts. There we go. And that felt nice and snug going through there. So now, since this is the return line, we're going to go through and we're going to get it right here. That's a perfect spot for that. Now when I cut this, I'm going to hold the carburetor up here for just a second and see how much we need. So we'll go to about here. And that might be a tiny bit long, but that's okay, because you'd rather be a tiny bit long than a tiny bit short. You can cut it shorter, but you can't cut it longer. Now we'll do the fuel line. Doing the same thing, we're hooking it on the little end, pulling it through, and it feels nice and snug in the hole. And I say that because you don't want this to leak. If it goes through too easily, then it's probably going to be a leaker later. Now for this, we're going to attach our little pump first, or filter rather. We're going to put it right in the middle of the tank there. Now I'm staring inside the tank, and I'm watching how it's sitting. There you go. These two are right next to each other, so we know we can safely cut right there. Now let's get everything back together. The only thing we've got left at this point is just bolting the carburetor on. This is in, you can see, are we correct? We are not. Flip at 180. Are we correct? There we are, and we can see through the little hole. So that means we're perfect. I'll scoot those out of the way. Get that lined up and screw it down. Easy peasy. Now if yours is about to fail, or if you're trying to get it started and it just doesn't want to start anymore, this will fix it. Okay, let's have a little fun with fuel lines. When you put these on, so as we can see now, this is our actual length. And we're not keeping track of which one's which, and you'll see why. I've got one underneath here. I'm going to cut this one right here. Now when we put fuel in it, if it won't prime, we know we've got a new carburetor sitting here. So if it doesn't prime, then all you have to do is take these both off and switch them. So let's see if she primes. Okay, now she's got some gas in her. And let's test it. And you can see nothing. And that was fun. Now let's put them correct. Now let's do it again. And there you go. So putting the fuel lines backwards, and that's what I wanted to show you. Putting the fuel lines backwards, not a big deal. Okay. She's on full choke. Let's take her over there and try to give her a start. Okay, she's primed up. And this is first pull. I have not tested this in any way. Ah, we felt a kick. A little bit cold-blooded. And there she goes. Now this guy sat for a long time in this lady's garage, a couple of years. And you can see she sounds pretty good now. Now these Ryobis are okay little weed eaters. You know, they're not Echoes, but for the price, they're pretty good. I have to mention the Home Depot pallet returns though, because I'm seeing a lot of them in the market now. And I've gone and lifted a few of them, and invariably they've had regular gas in them and the cylinders are all burned up. When you say burned up, that means there's a line dredged into the side of the cylinder wall by it running too hot because it had regular gas. So this one came out really nice, and she'll make somebody a good little weed eater. All you new people out there, if you made it this far, you might as well subscribe. It's free, and it's what we work for. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.